Welcome to Viking Radio Theater. My name is Walter Lutsch. I'm the production director for our show, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to all of our past episodes, now airing on KMRE 102.3's Community Playhouse, as well as KUGS 89.3. Our mission is to bring back the unique thrill and imagination of radio theater, with new original scripts produced by the talented actors and writers we have right here in Bellingham. If you're interested in voice acting, script writing, or sound editing and effects, consider being a part of our show. You can get more details by sending us an email at vikingradiotheater@gmail.com. And if you just want to listen to the show, keep tuning into KMRE and check out our YouTube channel, where you can listen to all of our previous episodes at youtube.com/vikingradiotheater. Without further ado, we'll get into the show, starting with God and the Devil Meet for a Business Lunch by Dwayne Yancey.
The devil is waiting at the hostess stand of a restaurant around lunchtime. Tapping his foot anxiously, he keeps looking over his shoulder, as if afraid to be recognized here. The waitress arrives, and he is visibly relieved.
Smoking or none?
Smoking, by all means.
Right this way. Table for one?
The waitress leads him toward a table, while the horned one continues to check over his shoulder.
I'll be having someone join me.
Very good. Can I get you something to drink?
Whiskey, straight up.
Very good. Here's a menu you can look over while you wait.
The waitress leaves to get his drink, and the devil peruses the menu.
Man, look at these prices.
God enters the restaurant, sidling up to the table while the devil is reading the menu.
Ah, there you are. Speak of the devil, eh?
Where did you come from?
You know better than to ask me a question like that.
You know what I mean.
I've been here all along, from the beginning.
Oh, don't give me that.
It's true. You can look it up.
Look, I don't like this any more than you do. Let's just get on with it, shall we?
So where'd you find this little place? I like what they've done with the decor.
It's hell, I tell you, trying to find a place where we can get together without, either of us being recognized. Bad for the image,
Bad for your image, maybe. I get credit for this sort of thing. Sort of like going into the lion's den.
Oh, not that again.
The waitress returns with Lucifer's drink, and she smiles at the newcomer to the table, handing him a menu.
Ah, I see your friend is here.
Not friends. We're acquaintances.
Don't listen to him. We go back a long way. Back to the beginning, practically.
That's enough.
We're associates.
You fired me.
You brought it on yourself.
Can I get you something to drink?
Just water for me.
Very good. I'll give you a few moments to look over the menu.
Just water?
What? I like water.
Oh, you're not going to pull another one of those little tricks, are you?
It's not a trick.
If I did it, it'd be called a trick.
Actually, I think you're confusing me with someone else, but I'll take it as a compliment anyway.
Hell, I never get credit for anything. All I ever get is the blame. He made me do it.
Can I help it if I have a better publicist? I'm still on all the bestseller lists, you know.
So what was it? Merlot? Bordeaux?
Don't worry about it.
I bet it was Merlot. What? I like details. You know what they say.
Actually, Einstein said I was in the details.
And what does he know?
He knew I didn't play at dice.
The waitress returns, interrupting their banter, and hands God a glass of water.
Here you go.
Bless you, my child.
You're welcome. Do you gentlemen know what you'd like?
I'll have the blackened chicken.
And you?
The fish, broiled.
Very good. These won't take long. I'll be back with some bread.
All right. So listen, we have some business to discuss.
All right, so what's on your mind?
I have a business proposition for you.
A deal? I don't know. You know what they say about making deals with you.
Look, I've been thinking. This whole rivalry thing, I don't think it's working out for either of us.
It's working very well for me with the Baptists, but go on.
The way I see it, you owe me one.
I owe you? What's with that? The wages of sin don't pay well enough these days? I think not.
No, listen, hear me out. Look, I'm not hurting. You must admit I do a pretty good job attracting market share on my own.
I'll give you your due.
But you still need me. See, the way I look at it, I'm really doing your dirty work for you. That whole eternal punishment thing. If you didn't have me to deal with the wicked, you'd have to invent me.
You've got a good point there.
Thank you.
Get it? A point.
Ha ha, very funny. If you knew how sick and tired I was of that.
Sorry. Forgive me? Wait, that's my business. You just go on. You were saying?
I'm saying that I'm really sort of like, well, the head of your correctional system. Sort of like the ultimate maximum security.
And you do a very good job with it too, I must say.
Thank you.
So what are you proposing?
A merger. A partnership.
Out of the question.
Or at least some sort of formal subcontracting relationship.
Let me get this straight. You want me to pay you for looking after the people I condemn to hell?
It seems only fair, doesn't it?
I don't know. It may not look too good, you know? PR issues and all that. And you know me, I'm all about the PR.
We wouldn't have to make it public. It could be, an under-the-table sort of arrangement.
A kickback? You're offering me a kickback?
Shh. We're just talking about compensation for services rendered. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Just the whole render unto Caesar thing, right?
I suppose.
But you do believe in tithing, don't you? 10% of everything should go back to you, right?
I guess, but that would mean...
The waitress returns and interrupts them apologetically.
I'm sorry, we're all out of the blackened chicken.
Damn.
Try the fish. I'm sure they have plenty of fish.
Oh, what the hell. All right, but blackened.
Yes, sir.
Very blackened.
Sure thing, coming right up.
So as I was saying...
I don't know. My people may not understand that sort of thing.
Your people?
Yeah, my people.
Your chosen people, you mean?
Well, if you want to put it that way.
How the hell else am I supposed to put it?
Well, you've got another point there. Get it? Another point? How'd you ever think of that whole pitchfork thing, anyway? I've always wanted to ask you that.
Forget the blasted pitchfork, will you? For God's sake.
So just how would that work, I wonder? If I forgot it for my own sake.
God?
Is there something eating at you? Come on, out with it. You can tell me anything. Confession's good for the soul, you know.
How come I never got to choose my own people? Look at what I'm stuck with. The dregs of society, the scum of the earth.
It's hell, isn't it? Oh, that's another good one.
The waitress returns carrying a basket.
And here's some bread.
Just 5 loaves.
Oh, there's plenty more where that came from. Just ask, and I can bring you some more.
Bless you.
Your order should be out shortly. I'll go check on it for you.
What about her?
What about her?
Is she on your list?
Let me check.
God reaches into his robes and pulls out a smartphone.
You have to check.
Well, there are a lot of people to keep track of. You know, these new Galaxy phones are a miracle. I don't know how I ever got anything done without them.
Stone tablets.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Let's see. Ah, here we go.
So is she in there?
Oh, everybody's in here.
Everybody?
I just got to call up her file. This shouldn't take but a second.
You've got a file on everybody in the world in that thing.
I bought the deluxe model. Additional memory and an extended warranty. When you're planning on working through eternity, it helps to have the extended warranty, I've found.
Tell me about it. My cell phone died on me last week. And you know what they told me? The warranty had run out the week before.
Aha! Here she is.
So what's it say?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I've got her down as a maybe.
What's that mean?
It means, well, she's a maybe.
Maybe she'll get into your place. Maybe she'll get sent to mine.
Exactly.
Details.
Well, let's see. She's taken my name in vain a few times.
All right.
Mostly when the kitchen messed up her orders, though.
Oh.
Still, it counts.
Yes. What else?
Oh.
What is it?
Oh, no.
What?
I don't know what it is about the 7th commandment. It doesn't seem that hard to me, you know?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yes, adultery. One of my personal favorites.
And then there's the 10th one. That coveting thing gets them every time.
Yes, I know. What about the 4th? She must have broken the 4th sometime.
Yeah, she's had some Sunday shifts.
What did I tell you? That day of rest thing? Take my word for it. There's no rest for the wicked. I'm on call 24/7.
Of course, her intentions were good.
Yes, and I've got a well-paved highway leading straight to my place, too, with all those good intentions.
I suppose you're right. Still, it's nothing she can't work off.
Work off? You mean like those extra pounds on her thighs?
I was thinking maybe some prayer, some good works.
How about some speedier service? You know, customer service these days is going straight to hell.
Well, whose fault is that now, I wonder?
What's that supposed to mean?
You don't think that devil-may-care attitude of yours has anything to do with it, now do you? Sets a bad example for the troops.
The waitress comes back carrying a tray with both their orders.
Ah, here we go. The blackened fish for you, sir, and the broiled for you. You ordered these just in the nick of time. These were the last 2 fish we had. They're quite popular this week. I'll get you a refill on that water. Now, is there anything else I can get you?
What kind of fish is this?
It's our catch of the day.
And that would be?
I believe it's sole.
Excellent.
Not that kind of sole.
Damn.
Well, I'll check back with you in a bit.
So I really think you ought to consider my proposition.
Let's just eat, my friend.
The end. That was God and the Devil Meet for a Business Lunch by Dwayne Yancey. The part of God was played by Tyler Detrick. The part of the Devil was played by Walter Lutsch. The part of the Waitress was played by Skye Gordon. And the narrator was Kendal Uyeji. And now, while our actors take a quick break, we'll entertain you with a quick word from our sponsors.
For over 35 years, the Blaine Company has been providing you with the best service and prices when it comes to radioactive material. Unlike most of our competitors, we don't have to use strong-arm tactics to guarantee your business. And while some shadier dealers can't guarantee the seal of their container, our carefully constructed shielding will ensure the safety and health of you and your loved ones, from purchase to detonation. Our certified technicians inspect each and every shipment to ensure its quality and yield. Where others artificially inflate the prices of their radioactive ore, we are committed to providing you the best product at a price that won't leave your grandchildren's children in debt. Whether you're looking for medium enriched or highly enriched, radium or just ore, the Blaine Company will provide you with superior service and a superior product, guaranteed. Blaine Company. Now you have a friend in the uranium business.
You're listening to Viking Radio Theater on KMRE 102.3. Speaking of which, our next script of the evening is The Communist Party by Ted Kornegay.
In a decadent hall in the Russian Politburo, an unprecedented meeting is taking place. Every notable communist leader has come together to have a party. A communist party. Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, Vladimir Lenin, and Joseph Stalin are already seated discussing politics, while they wait for the arrival of Ho Chi Minh, Mao Zedong, and Kim Il-sung.
You know, Lenin, we were just big fans of your work and everything.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The Cuban one was a good revolution. Really took my ideas to heart.
Lenin looks accusingly over at Stalin.
Seriously? Come on, I just got a little carried away. People can't always be trusted.
This whole thing is for the people. How can they not be trusted?
That's a great idea, Mr. Vanguard of the proletariat, but it just doesn't seem to work out for you, does it?
No, it doesn't. You keep screwing up all the work I did.
Just then, Mao Zedong arrives with Ho Chi Minh and Kim Il-sung.
Okay, guys, this is a potter. Let's keep it light-hearted. Who wants cake?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mao heads toward the door to the kitchen area.
All of you need to come over to Habana sometime. Nationalized sugar never tasted so good.
Did you bring any of that stuff, by the way?
Oh, it's by the cupboard next to the sink.
Mao goes through to the kitchen after nodding to Che. Ho Chi Minh licks his lips in anticipation and turns to Che.
Nationalized sugar. Sounds good.
Fidel Castro lets out a laugh.
Yes, it's very nice. We get it shipped to our homes to put in our coffee for the morning.
You don't go to the distribution centers?
Damn it, Fidel.
Kim Il-sung takes the opportunity to speak up.
Planned economies for the people, right?
Have you ever done that? Anyone?
Kim, Minh, Stalin, and Lenin look guiltily at the table.
I thought so.
Mao returns with a cake and a knife, walking toward the table.
Okay, guys. Cake with puree, nationalized, subsidized resources coming right up.
Fantastico!
Good thing it got here quickly, too. I was starving.
Everyone looks pointedly at Stalin, making plain their recognition of the irony in this statement.
Christ, Joseph, those were millions of people.
We already went over this. Some people cannot be trusted.
Revolutions are for the... Oh, never mind.
Everybody wants a slice?
Of course.
Okay, we need to keep this party purely egalitarian. There are 7 of us here. We've got to split this into 7 pesos.
Mao begins to cut the cake, taking every measure to ensure that it's split into 7 completely equal pieces.
Okay, somebody get the measuring tape.
I've got some.
Don't let this be like last time. Remember that? Ho Chi Minh got a few crumbs more than I did.
You're overreacting.
Everyone knows that your piece was slightly bigger than mine. Don't try to rewrite history.
He's right, you know. I saw. We can't have that here. It risks all of our integrity. God forbid we might look like hypocrites.
And we can't have that.
Thanks, Shay. I knew I could count on you for being fair.
Mao begins to serve the cake, but Stalin is getting anxious to get his piece.
You know, if we rapidly industrialize this entire party, then maybe this nationalized sugar cake would come out a bit sooner. Maybe make a 5-year plan for chocolate frosting.
If these jokes continue, Joseph, I swear.
Calm down, Mr. Vanguard.
I'm telling you to watch it.
And I am watching it, Lenin, and I'm acting the way I want to. You can't tell me what to do with my life. I can do as I please without any sort of intervention from a third party.
The party thinks about Stalin's statement, but chooses to forget about it.
It's just cake. It's all we got. Deal with it.
That's right. In fact, if the quality of the cake doesn't even matter. What matters is that everybody has equal share.
Perhaps we should use a scientific instrument. Wait, I have an idea. Let's get a microscope and carefully analyze every single piece of cake. That way we can make sure that every single piece has an equal mass and weight. Would that make you feel any better?
Yes.
You're acting a bit paranoid, Kim. What if one of my crumbs spilled onto your plate? Would that be some sort of metaphor for imperialism?
Don't you even think of acting like an American.
Oh, stupid Americans!
They came to our country and killed our people to stop the spread of an idea. An idea!
Those capitalist pigs!
Stuffing their faces with crappy food all the time, while so many people are starving across the world.
Everyone puts down their cake, banging on the table except Mao, who is becoming upset that no one is eating the cake he made.
Imperialist dogs!
I made a lot of cake, and all you people can do is argue.
Unfortunately, no one really pays attention to him, and Kim Il-sung and Ho Chi Minh continue to bicker, now at each other.
And I'm acting like an American.
Are you serious? Get your piece of cake off my plate. You're meddling in my affairs.
Fine, let's settle this. I bet I can beat you at darts right here, right now.
Bring it on, you Vietnamese peasant.
Hey, what's wrong with the peasantry?
They're the scum of the earth. Vermin.
Scum of the earth? Vermin? They helped me in my glorious revolution. They supported us during the Long March. How dare you call them vermin?
Yeah, man, that's a bit rude.
They help nothing. It's the workers who truly revolutionize the world. It's the workers who will rise and take over the seats of power. The workers will remove the capitalist class and create a dictatorship of the proletariat. We will then be one step closer to an ideal Marxist society.
And you just want to leave the peasants out of it?
Yes, not to mention that they carry a terrible smell everywhere that they go.
I helped get rid of that smell. I killed all of them when they didn't give me their land.
You idiot! You killed them?
They burned their fields to avoid the collectivization of agriculture. They didn't know what was best for them. I knew, and they had to be punished.
But you took it way too far.
You just called them vermin a second ago. You kill vermin. That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had enough of this.
Fists up, Mr. Vanguard.
You killed all of those peasants?
Damn straight.
Come here, you murdering Russian Perushka idiot!
Mao, Stalin, and Lenin begin fighting, while Ho Chi Minh goes to the kitchen and returns with darts and a dartboard. He and Kim Il-sung start aggressively playing darts.
This is getting slightly out of hand. I regret ever having these guys put missiles on my island.
It kept those American pigs out of the Caribbean.
You couldn't have done it by yourselves if you tried.
Cuba is the last bastion of hope for world revolution.
It's a dinky little speck of sugar in the Caribbean.
What do you say, Fidel? Let's show this Russian how Cubans can fight. We'll share a cigar after he taps out.
Agreed. There's nothing wrong with a bit of competition.
Everyone stops fighting, turning to stare at Fidel, and then the destroyed meeting room.
Wait.
The end. That was The Communist Party by Ted Kornegay. The part of Che was played by Tyler Detrick. The part of Fidel was played by Logan Evans. The part of Mao was played by Matthew Paige. The part of Stalin was played by Walter Lutsch. The part of Lenin was played by Adam Kane. The part of Kim was played by Kendal Uyeji. The part of Ho Chi Minh was played by Liana Merrill. And the narrator was Elspeth Jensen. I hope you enjoyed The Communist Party. Right now, we're going to head to a quick commercial.
Welcome to Arnie's Prius dealership, where we have the best prices on Prius models in all of California, including the all-new Prius Arnie Edition. Yeah, the Prius is the most fuel-efficient car in existence, and now comes with twin rocket launchers, semi-automatic machine guns, and optional helicopter mode. Why drive to the chopper when you can flip a switch and you're already inside? Every vehicle comes standard with 10 inches of steel plating, 8-foot ceilings, and 6 feet of extra legroom. Don't worry about traffic, your Arnie Edition will flatten any puny smart car in your way. So drive your puny car to Arnie's Prius dealership. We will crush it and give it back to you as your complimentary bulletproof vanity plate. I guarantee this is the manliest fuel-efficient car you will ever drive.
You're listening to Viking Radio Theater on KMRE 102.3. For our next script of the evening, we have Death Takes the Train by D.M. Larson, courtesy of freedrama.net.
On this quiet evening, 3 friends sit together in a train car, chatting away merrily. The train has stopped to let more people on, and as groups shuffle through the car, a lone figure sits in the far corner of the car. The figure wears a robe with the hood pulled in front of his head so that his face is in shadow. In his right hand, he carries a giant sickle. The friends cease their chatting, staring at the hooded figure for several minutes. Finally, one of them speaks.
Is that who I think it is?
I think so.
What's he doing on this train?
How do you know it's a he?
Death is always a guy.
Always.
I think so.
But he's wearing a dress.
Or it's more of a muumuu.
Robe. It's a robe. Guys can wear robes.
After a shower.
Or if they're some kind of judge.
Death is like a judge.
True. I see what you mean.
A justice of the peace.
A justice of rest in peace.
Nice one.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, what's he doing here?
He's got a client, I guess.
One of us?
No, he's probably on his way somewhere.
Why is Death taking the train?
His winged horse, Death didn't have the guts to go there. Get it? Because it's a skeleton horse? No guts?
Please don't explain the joke. It's not funny if you have to explain it.
Jeez. I'll just let Mitch make all the jokes then.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Death taking the train doesn't make any sense. Doesn't that take too long? Wouldn't Death be in more of a hurry?
Maybe not. Modern medicine is keeping people alive longer. I mean, maybe he's not in a hurry anymore.
Maybe he's on a tight budget like the rest of us. The bad economy is even affecting life and death.
I like Mitch's theory better.
Of course you do.
Mitch has a point. People aren't dying as quick as they used to or as often. Modern medicine can keep people alive for years beyond what normally would kill them.
So Death saves money and takes the train.
And he's being very environmentally aware, too. Trains burn much less energy than planes and cars. Death is doing his part to help the Earth.
Wouldn't Death like pollution?
Not necessarily. Maybe he likes the natural order of things. Maybe he's doing what he can to help restore the balance that people offset through technological advancements.
Well said.
Thank you.
I wonder where Death takes people.
To the HE double hockey sticks placed down below.
What if they're good?
Heaven.
Wouldn't that be an angel then?
We're all assuming there is a heaven.
I'd like to think there is.
It's nicer that way. Thinking there is someplace good we go if we lived a good life, and that bad people are punished for being bad.
But who decides what is good and what is bad?
God.
What if you don't believe in God?
That's okay. God still believes in you.
I'd feel a whole lot better facing death if I knew for sure.
Just the fact that we see Death sitting over there gives me hope that there is something more beyond life.
Wow. Who would have thought seeing death would make you feel hopeful? That's some optimism you got there, Mitch.
I wonder if he would talk to us. I'd love to ask him about all this. Life after death? Good versus evil?
He doesn't look like much of a talker. And what if he speaks Latin, or Ewok, or something like that?
Ewok.
I'm just making a point that he might be from somewhere else.
I'd go with Latin over Ewok.
Or maybe he has a universal translator that helps him understand all languages.
That would make sense.
No, it doesn't. None of this does. It doesn't strike you as weird that we've never seen Death before?
True. I've never seen him before.
You don't think that means...
What happened to Mr. Optimism?
He jumped the train.
Do you think he could be here for us?
All of us?
The friends pause. They look at Death and then each other nervously. They are quiet for a moment as they think.
Do you think the train could be crashing or something?
That's the only way I can see all of us dying.
Should we warn the conductor?
We could get off at the next station.
Or maybe we should face death head-on without fear.
Bravely, Mitch stands up and takes a few steps towards Death. His bold steps quickly slow as he gets closer. All of a sudden, Mitch starts to choke and stumble. Mel rushes over to him and helps him back to their side of the car.
What happened?
It's like he couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Like the air around him is deadly.
So much for talking to Death.
Are you okay, Mitch?
Remind me not to do that again.
What's the matter? Did he talk to you to death? Death got your tongue?
Not funny, Mel.
Come on, my joke's that bad?
Let's just say they bore me to death.
Funny.
Jealous?
No.
Remind me not to do that again.
What did he do to you?
Nothing directly, I think. It's like Mel said, the air around him is deadly.
Maybe Death farted or something.
Care to go see?
No, that's okay. So what are we going to do?
How far is the next station? We could get off.
Wait, what if we're already dead? And Death is the conductor?
We could test that theory at the next station. Let's get ready to get off.
You all can get off. I'm staying. I have somewhere to be and I can't be late.
What if Death is here for you, though? Then you won't make it anyway.
If he's not here for us, then we waste a lot of time by getting off.
I think I'd rather gamble with being late than dead.
Here's the next station. I'm going.
Mel jumps out of his seat, but the train's sudden stop causes him to fall down.
Wait until the train stops, idiot.
I'm not dead, am I?
Afraid not. Come on, Mitch, please.
I can't miss my kid's birthday. I promised her. She's counting on me.
Okay, Mitch. Take care of yourself.
I will.
Mel smiles back at Mitch before he and Tina exit the train. Mitch turns his gaze towards Death.
So, Death, what's it gonna be?
After a pause, Death gets up. He begins to walk towards Mitch. Mitch begins to shake and quiver as Death slowly draws nearer and nearer and nearer. And then, Death passes him by. He doesn't even turn back to look at Mitch as he walks off the train. Mitch leaps up and rushes to the window, searching the crowd for his friends. His eyes grow wide and his lips tremble as his breath begins to cloud the train window.
The end. That was Death Takes the Train by D.M. Larson, courtesy of freedrama.net. The part of Mitch was played by Adam Kane. The part of Mel was played by Kendal Uyeji. The part of Tina was played by Elspeth Jensen. And the narrator was Tyler Detrick. After a quick break, we'll be right back with more exciting radio theater. Are you running out of money with which to pay the overpriced neighborhood kids to clear your driveway of snow? Is your spouse always ranting at you for not doing it? And just when you finish, it snows all over again? Not anymore with the stupendous spring-loaded driveway. Just throw the stupendous spring-loaded driveway over your existing driveway and let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. With a quick flick of the switch, all that snow will be gone and your driveway will be completely clear. The stupendous spring-loaded driveway has helped millions of people, including Winifred Abel.
The neighborhood kids used to come and charge me $30 to clear my driveway. They are such nice kids. I remember when I used to shovel driveways, but now I have the springy driveway and I can do it myself. Although sometimes my arthritis gets so bad I can't flip the switch.
That's enough, ma'am.
Who are you people again? You remind me of my grandson. He wet his bed until he was 12 and...
The days of laboring or paying too much will disappear along with all that snow, thanks to the stupendous spring-loaded driveway.
The SOTV Corporation is not responsible for launching vehicles, children, pets, and other things off to who knows where. Also, they're not responsible for the snow landing on your house and collapsing the roof or just landing back in the same spot. Finally, they're not responsible if you leave the switch somewhere easy to reach and one of your kids starts going crazy with it. Phew, that's a lot.
You're listening to Viking Radio Theater on KMRE 102.3. For our next script, we have Wasabi Woes by Shelley Ewell.
Two friends, Ben and Jeffery, enter the Sushi Time Sushi and Sake Bar.
I can't believe you've never had sushi before. You're gonna love this stuff.
It's raw fish.
Well, not all of it.
As Ben and Jeff sit down, the chef places a plate of edamame in front of them.
These are one of my favorite parts about going out for sushi.
This definitely doesn't look like fish.
That's because it's not, stupid. It's steamed soybeans.
Ben hands Jeffery a plate and offers him the bowl. Jeffery skeptically takes a pod of soybeans and bites into it, pod and all. He makes a disgusted face and spits the edamame into a napkin. Ben starts laughing.
It's not funny. This stuff is gross.
It's hilarious. You weren't supposed to eat the pods.
Well, you could have warned me.
Where's the fun in that? Here, I'll show you how to do it the ungross way.
Ben offers the bowl to Jeffery. Jeffery hesitates but takes another pod of soybeans. Ben grabs one as well.
All you have to do is put the pod up to your mouth and squeeze.
Ben squeezes and a bean pops from the pod into his mouth.
Yum. See? Nothing to it.
Jeffery nods skeptically. He carefully mimics Ben's actions and pops a few soybeans into his mouth. A look of pleased surprise comes across his face.
Hey, these are pretty good.
See? I told you you'd like sushi. Are you ready for me to order now?
Jeffery nods as he puts his empty pod down and reaches for another one. Ben waves the chef over. Chef puts down his knife and comes over, wiping his hands with a towel as he comes.
What can I get for you boys?
We'll take 2 of everything. I want my friend here to experience the full range of sushi goodness. He's new at this. Oh, and bring a bottle of your best house sake, please.
I'll have it right out for you.
The chef goes back to making sushi. Ben and Jeffery munch edamame in silence while they wait for their food. They both reach for the last pod.
Go ahead.
Thanks. Thanks for taking me here. I'm liking it so far.
The chef walks around the bar carrying an assortment of sushi and plates.
Ah, here comes the really good stuff.
Let me know if you boys need anything else.
Thanks.
Ben pours sake into the 2 cups, while Jeffery dubiously examines the tray of food in front of him.
I think I changed my mind about liking this stuff.
Come on, Jeffery. You haven't even tried it yet.
I think I'm okay with that. What is this stuff?
Maybe I should make you try it before I tell you.
There is no way in hell I'm putting any of that anywhere near my face until you tell me exactly what it is.
Spoil sport.
Ben picks up his chopsticks and starts pointing things out on his own plate.
Let's see. These ones here are sashimi, that's raw fish, tuna, salmon, and I forgot the other fish names. This one, the one that looks like little orange bubbles, it's smelt eggs. There's eel, and that one's sea urchin. And this one here is a California roll. It's made of avocado, crab, and cucumber. Try the eel. That one's my favorite.
I think I'd rather stick with the raw fish.
You'll like it.
I'm not so sure.
Jeffery moves to pick up a sushi roll, then stops.
How do I eat it?
Oh, like this. It's easy.
Ben deftly picks up a sushi roll with his chopsticks, dips it in the sauce, and bites into it and sets the remaining part down on his small plate as he chews. Jeffery repeats the movement with a sashimi roll, a look of concern on his face the whole time. As he chews, his expression changes to one of surprise.
Yum!
Jeffery finishes off the sashimi with another bite. Ben puts down his chopsticks and picks up his cup.
2 old friends, new experiences, and raw fish.
Ben raises his glass to Jeffery. Jeffery smiles, picks up his glass, and echoes the movement.
And 2 cheesy toasts.
Hear, hear.
Ben and Jeffery take a sip. Jeffery sputters and jerks his hand, sloshing his glass and spilling sake.
It's warm.
It's supposed to be like that, and sloshing like that is a good way to waste good sake.
I think I'll stick with chilled white wine, thanks.
Jeffery sets his glass down as he studies his plate, trying to decide what to try next. Ben takes another sip of sake and shrugs.
Try the smelt eggs. They pop when you bite them. It's great.
Hey, what's this green stuff? It looks like ABC gum.
Oh, that's wasabi. It's...
Ben pauses for a second, and a mean-looking smile spreads across his face. Jeffery is still studying the wasabi and doesn't notice.
It's the sweet side that they give you. It's supposed to clear out the bad taste if you don't like one of the sushi. It tastes kind of like that marzipan stuff that you like. It's best if you take one big bite all at once, though.
You sure no one's chewed on it already?
Yeah, it's fine. Try some.
Jeffery scoops a big dollop of wasabi on his chopsticks, pauses for a second, then puts it all in his mouth at once. Immediately, his eyes get big and he starts coughing. Ben bursts out laughing, slapping the table. Chef comes running out. When he sees Jeffery, he quickly pours a glass of water and hands it to Jeffery, who takes it and quickly drains it. Chef hovers around, concerned, while Jeffery slowly recovers. Ben is still laughing hard.
You think that was funny?
Ben, laughing too hard to answer, just nods.
You are such a jerk, Ben. I don't know why I keep putting up with you.
Should have seen your face, man. I mean, you're all like...
Ben tries to mimic Jeffrey's face. Jeffery, still furious, picks up the bottle of sake and appends it over Ben's head. Ben stops laughing and stares at Jeffery. Jeffery stares at the bottle, as if not believing what he just did. Then Jeffery sets the bottle down firmly on the table.
Now that's a good way to waste good sake.
Jeffery storms off, leaving Ben sitting on his stool, still stunned. Jeffery wheels out the door and jabs an accusing finger at Ben.
By the way, I'm unfriending you on Facebook, unfollowing you on Twitter, and changing my phone number and email address. I'm tired of you treating your friends like trash, and you will no longer have me to laugh at anymore. Goodbye, and thanks for all the fish.
The end. That was Wasabi Woes by Shelley Ewell. The part of Ben was played by John Dexter. The part of Jeffery was played by Matthew Paige. The part of Chef was played by Kendal Uyeji, and the narrator was Skye Gordon. And now for a quick message from our sponsors.
This summer, In a world where the male population has been wiped out, one man stands as our last chance to repopulate the earth. And he's the last man you would have expected to be a flaming homosexual.
Lady, pink is so not your color. And by the way, what do you think of these plate patterns?
He's our only hope to escape extinction, and he's got better things to do.
Come on, didn't you hear? There's an end of the world sale at Macy's.
Now the women of the earth will have to conspire to seduce a man.
All right, girls, all the slim-cut jeans have been taken from the men's department. He must have come this way.
Who's only interested in doing their nails.
Oh no, the Horny's back! Get in the pink Ferrari and let's get out of here!
This summer, grab your rhinestone-studded grenade launcher and prepare to be blasted away by the last gay man on Earth.
You're listening to Viking Radio Theater on KMRE 102.3. We'll head right on into our last strip, and that is Somewhere Tonight, the Washington Senators' Last Game Still Plays On, by Dwayne Yancey.
It is a spring night in 2005, just before the first game of the new Washington Nationals baseball team. That night, a police officer is driving. In the back seat, handcuffed, is a middle-aged man named Ralph. He looks sober and industrious, the very model of a good citizen. Except for one thing.
It's not what you think it is.
The police officer drives on, silently. Ralph becomes frustrated that the officer won't respond to him.
I wasn't trying to break in back there. Really, I wasn't. I swear.
The police officer continues to drive on silently.
I mean, do I look like I'm a criminal? Wait, I didn't mean it that way. Forget I said that. What I meant was, ow, these cuffs hurt.
No response from the front seat.
I know it looks bad, but it's not. Really, I can explain the whole thing.
Still nothing from the officer.
It's kind of a funny story, actually. Well, not funny in a har-har way, more funny in a weird, strange kind of way. You know that kind of funny?
Continued silence.
I guess not. Look, who do I need to talk to work this all out? It's really just a big misunderstanding, that's all it is.
The police officer continues to say nothing.
Are you even listening to me?
The police officer does not respond.
Fine, be that way. Play your little game. I know how it goes. You think if you stay silent long enough, I'll just blurt everything out. Fine, I'll just blurt it all out.
The police officer still does not respond.
All right, it's true. I killed Jimmy Hoffa. He's not in the Giant Stadium. That was just a diversion. You know where he really is? I'll tell you. I'll tell you where every single piece of him is buried. All you gotta do is say the word. Any word. And I'll tell you. I'll tell you where I buried Jimmy Hoffa. That's right! You did it! You caught the man who killed Jimmy Hoffa. Think how that's going to look on your personal file. Ever thought about that? Or are you gonna work night shift all your life?
The police officer looks into her rearview mirror.
One word. That's all I need, and I'll confess it all.
2 words.
Ha! 2! I got you. I made you talk. So, what are the 2 words?
Miranda warning.
What?
I read you your Miranda warning. So, you know that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah, I know all that. I watch TV.
So if you really want to confess to killing Jimmy Hoffa, you be my guest. I can take you straight on over to the FBI, and you can see how much fun you have with them.
I don't want to confess to killing Jimmy Hoffa, you idiot. I mean, ma'am. Ma'am, I wasn't calling you an idiot. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that whole thing about Jimmy Hoffa either. I was just trying to get your attention, ma'am.
You realize giving false information to a police officer is a criminal offense, right? So if you want to keep on playing around, I can add on enough charges to stretch from here all the way to Anacostia and back. Your choice.
Look, all I want to do is tell you what I was doing back there.
Oh, I know what you were doing. You don't need to tell me. You need to tell the judge. Now, if you don't mind a little advice, I'd advise you to keep your big fat mouth shut, okay? You're already in enough trouble as it is, and I don't need the extra paperwork.
Paperwork? Is that what this is? You don't want to hear my confession because you don't want to do the paperwork?
Pretty much.
Well, that's a pretty poor attitude if you ask me. No wonder the crime rate around here is sky high.
Caught you, didn't I?
No, you didn't catch me.
Then what you doing in the back of this police car? You're a funny one, you know that? The crack dealers in the Southeast, they're not so much fun. The drunks in Georgetown, they're just a pain in the ass. But you're kind of entertaining.
I'm not entertaining. I'm being serious. I wasn't trying to break in back there. Well, actually I was. But not for the reason you think. I wasn't trying to steal something. I was trying to return. Whoa, what are you doing?
Pulling over.
Why? We're not at the police station yet, are we?
No, but I can't take your statement and drive at the same time. This is Unit 58 going 1063.
1063? What's that?
It means I'm pulling over so you can confess to me. Now make it snappy. It's getting towards the end of my shift and the chief doesn't like overtime.
Okay. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the whole thing. But you've got to promise not to laugh.
Just out with it. This ain't a comedy club. You don't get points for style.
Fine, just the facts. The facts. Okay. Well, you see, the real reason I was back there in the middle of the night was I didn't want to attract any attention. Wait, that doesn't sound good. I mean, I didn't want anybody to know what I was doing. No, that doesn't sound good either. I mean, oh, hell, it's like this. Are you a baseball fan by any chance?
Get to the point or we'll get to the station. Your choice.
The point. Right. Fine, the point. Okay, it's like this. When I was a kid, I was a big Washington Senators fan.
The police officer starts the car again.
This is Unit 58, 10-8, and 10-17 to the station.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you starting the car again?
I said get to the point. You didn't, so now I'm getting to my point. Get it?
But my story. Don't you want to hear my story?
The police officer falls silent again.
Fine, the silent treatment again. I'll just tell you anyway. How about that? I'm sure when you hear it, you'll agree with me. So, alright, when I was a kid, I was a big Washington Senators fan. You've already heard that. So, you remember the team moved, right?
Lived here all my life.
Okay, so, you know then, the team was terrible. All those Washington teams were terrible. First in war, first in peace, last in the American League. All that. But they were our team, you know? And here they were, moving to Texas. They just ripping it all away from us. Just like they did the Colts, up in Baltimore. Same thing, only different, you know? Except instead of doing it in the middle of the night, here they had to play out the season. They had to play one last game. The last day of September 1971. And I was there. We all were. Man, you should have seen the place. It was just one big mob scene. There hadn't been a crowd like that, well, ever, I guess. Maybe that was the problem. Anyway, people were yelling and screaming and crying. Yeah, some people were really crying. I saw them, I swear. They had signs. I think somebody wanted to burn the owner in effigy. That kind of thing, you know? Are you listening to me? Because this is important.
Go on.
It's the 9th inning. Top of the 9th. We're playing the Yankees. The Yankees. And we're winning 7-5. I remember that. Because the Senators never beat the Yankees. Not even when the Yankees were having a down year. And the Senators always had a down year. So we had 2 outs. Just 1 more to go. They were going to go out in a win. I don't know what made me do it. I don't know what made anybody do it. We could have just waited, you know? Except people started running out on the field. I guess they just couldn't wait. They were tearing up the grass, they were getting handfuls of dirt from the infield. Hell, somebody even stole one of the folding chairs the ball boy sat on. I mean, what are you going to do with a folding chair? Put it in a corner and say, oh, now this is the folding chair that the Senator's ball boy once sat in. That's stupid. I mean, well, the whole thing was stupid, but that was really stupid. Except, I guess what I did was even more stupid. But I was caught up in it, you know? And hell, I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I can't remember now if somebody dared me to do it or not. All I know is I stole first base.
You stole first base?
Yeah.
The actual base?
Hell yeah, just pried it up and ran back into the stands. Everybody was hooting and hollering, and hell, security wasn't doing anything about it. I think they were too afraid that there was going to be a riot. They weren't worried about some stolen base. They were locking up all the ticket girls in the office, I heard later. I guess they thought we were going to burn down the place or something.
So you stole a base?
Made off with it pretty as you please.
You ever heard of something called the Statute of Limitations?
That's it, right back there.
That's what?
The first base you caught me with. Put it in the trunk. That's the first base I stole.
From 1971?
From 1971.
What the hell are you doing walking around with that for? Trying to get yourself a match set or something?
No, I was trying to return it.
You were trying to return it? So that's why you had the bolt cutter and the screwdriver.
I didn't know how hard it was going to be.
Possession of burglary tools is a Class A misdemeanor. That's how hard it's going to be.
They're not burglary tools. They're just tools. Hell, how can they be burglary tools if I wasn't trying to burgle the place? I was trying to return something, so they're returning tools.
Waited long enough, didn't you?
It's a long story, I told you.
You could have just set the thing down on the sidewalk. You didn't have to climb the fence.
It doesn't work that way.
What do you mean it doesn't work that way? What's the matter? Law of gravity get repealed or something? You set something down on the sidewalk and it floats up to the moon now?
No, I mean, this first base, it's not an ordinary first base.
Gotten you into some extraordinary trouble, that's for sure.
I mean, it's haunted.
Haunted?
Haunted.
You know, you're a little early for April Fools and way late for Halloween.
But it's true. It's haunted. The thing's been nothing but trouble ever since I had it.
Uh-huh. Listen, no offense, pal, but you can save your sob story for when you get to court.
I didn't know what it was at first. I just thought it was bad luck, you know? Things start happening, you know, or stop happening, whichever. All I know is suddenly I'm not getting anywhere in school. I'm not going anywhere in life. Hell, I wasn't even getting anywhere with the girls. You know how far I was able to get with the girls?
Don't tell me. First base.
Exactly. It's the age of free love and, well, never mind that. So finally, I decided to get rid of the thing. I'm driving downtown one night, and I just chuck it into a trash can outside some apartment building. You know what apartment building that was?
Does it matter?
Watergate. I caused Watergate. That thing caused Watergate.
I thought Nixon caused Watergate.
So, I thought I was rid of it, you know? But no, it came back.
What are you talking about? How'd it come back?
I don't know. All I know is I looked one day, and there it was, back in my room. I know it was the same one. I could tell. So that's when I knew it was haunted. I tried every way I knew how to get rid of that thing. I took it over into Maryland and threw it out somewhere alongside of the road outside Annapolis.
Littering. And?
Spiro Agnew resigned.
Not entirely a bad thing.
I threw it into the tidal basin.
And?
Remember Wilbur Mills and Fanny Fox?
Oh.
I tried to set fire to it. It wouldn't burn. My apartment complex did, but it didn't.
Interesting.
So, then one day it hit me. It needed to go home. Needed to complete the cycle, you know? So I decided that's what I'd do. I'd take it to Texas. You know, reunite the base with the team, that kind of thing.
And?
Got as far as Memphis.
And?
Elvis.
Oh.
It's been like that ever since. I've tried everything I can to get rid of it, and every time something bad happens. Iran-Contra? That was me. Don't even ask me about the whole Monica Lewinsky thing. Bush versus Gore? Tried to dump it in the Everglades. So I figured this has got to be it. We've got a new team coming to town. I mean, I know the Nationals aren't the Senators, but they're as close as we're going to get. So, if I can't get it to stay here, for them, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? Police are supposed to help people, right? Well, I need help!
The police officer stops the car.
What are you doing? You're stopping. Does that mean you're going to help me?
No, it means you're at the station. Watch your head when you get out.
But what about the first base? What about the team?
Team can take care of itself, but you're going to need a lawyer.
The end. That was Somewhere Tonight, the Washington Senators' Last Game Still Plays On, by Dwayne Yancey. The part of Ralph was played by John Dexter. The part of the police officer was played by Liana Merrill. And the narrator was Adam Kane. With that, we've come to the end of another episode of Viking Radio Theater. For more information on future airtimes here on KMRE and Western's KGS, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Viking Radio Theater, or listen to all of our past episodes on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Viking Radio Theater. The writers who contributed to this episode are Dwayne Yancey, D.M. Larson, Ted Kornegay, and Shelley Ewell. Our chief sound engineer is Blair Lorenzo, and Viking Radio Theater's theme music was written and composed by Kat Miller. From the cast and crew of Viking Radio Theater, thanks for listening.